Yeah, so let's talk about some more coding stuff, and then we'll have plenty of time for additional questions in our sort of CodeLab section a little later on. Which seems fun, doesn't it? Yes. Okay, so up here we've got a URL. On code site on project hosting, there are some Buzz CodeLabs. There's 2 up there right now. We'll be adding more in the future, so keep this URL around. Right now we've got a Python one and a PHP one. And pretty much if you would like to start a project that builds upon the Google Buzz API, this is a great place to start. Go to the download section, grab either the Python or the Buzz or the PHP starter library, and just go off. The Python one, by the way, is built to drop right into App Engine, so that's pretty super. Bob's going to be talking about that in just a moment. I'll be talking about the PHP one, but before then, there's one thing that I wanted to show you that's really interesting. This is a URL for my public consumption stream of my personal Buzz account. I don't think there's anything embarrassing on there. Anyway, you can, using the Chrome web browser and an extension called JSON view, you can get this really attractive view of the JSON output. We mentioned the pretty print parameter, pretty print equals true, and that's really super. This is even better. Yeah, it's all colorful, and I think it even does, well, it does fancy stuff. You should check it out. And there's a few different ones. There's some that do folding as well, which can be really useful as you examine a JSON output. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. The Buzz CodeLabs, this is the project hosting site. If you check out the downloads section, there is buzzview-r3.zip. That's the latest download for the PHP one. And that's, by the way, there is a source tree, so if you want to just check out the entire source of all this stuff, you can do that as well. And just get them all. Why not? All right, so I'm going to take a quick look at the PHP library. So let me first show you it in action. So this is my website, obviously. And you can see down over here is my Buzz stream. Right? So it is embedded within my website. You don't have to go to your Gmail Buzz account to view that. It's just embedded right there, and that's done with the starter project. It's pretty much the same thing, except I have a little bit more CSS on my website. And it will look like this. The project is called BuzzView, and it uses the Buzz PHP client, which is that directory right there. And of course, there's just 3 simple files. First and most important is buzzview.php. And in here you'll find its simple web page, importing the Buzz PHP client library and this other file that I'll talk about in a moment. And it just goes through the process of firing up Buzz, getting my public stream, and then using a loop to send it out to display Buzz post. Really simple, right? But it's nice that it's already done for you, so you can kind of just take off from there. The display Buzz post is essentially a series of switch statements that prints out the Buzz post based on what kind of content that it has, right? So if there's an image embedded, we want to print out the image. If there's a video, we want to print out the video. We also want to print out the articles, and we want to print out any comments, so on and so forth. So that's pretty much all this does. You can see you got this for each, and then a big switch for article, photo album, video, and then we actually print out the Buzz post with some pretty simple HTML. Pretty straightforward, right? And then finally, there's a CSS file. So if you'd like to build something on Buzz using PHP, there's the client library. It makes it really, really easy. And there's a starter project that you can just throw it on your server, and it'll work right away. Cool, huh? It's pretty neat. All right, Python. Hello? Hey.
All right, great. So yeah, so this is the Buzz starter project for Python. I'll see it's already running. So it's pretty simple. It basically just reads your stream. So I'm going to sign in here. It's a little hard to type in one-handed here. So it signs you in. You go through the grant access dance. All right, and then it shows you all of the buzz posts in whatever stream that you've pointed it at. It's really, really simple, and so you should have no trouble figuring out what's going on there. I'll show you the code real quick. It runs on App Engine, as Timothy mentioned before. We have a handler here for handling OAuth, and it basically takes care of the callback and everything you need to deal with there. But the really interesting stuff is all over in the start.py file, where it reads, it creates a client and reads from the consumption stream and passes off. It gets the list of posts and then passes it off to the template, which is over here. And that gives you your title, the URL of the person who wrote it, the URL of the post, and so on. And you can fiddle around with this, and we'd love to see people, hacking on this as a starting point and working from there. You can just run it on a local App Engine launcher, and should be all set there.
So yeah, those are the Buzz CodeLabs, and as mentioned before, after Daniel does his talk, we'll be downstairs answering your questions. If you want to fire up some of these starter projects, we're there to help you, but if you also have general questions about Buzz, we're happy to take those too. Or if you just want to talk about the sky, I think it's really pretty. So that's okay too.